Meanwhile, a soldier who went AWOL, now accused of this 2018 double murder in Estero, appears in a Fort Myers court today. In federal court, only Wink News was there. Alex Zweifelhofer pleaded not guilty to several charges, including murder and conspiracy to organize a military expedition against a foreign government. In court, the judge said it could be a death penalty case.
That could make it really difficult getting the other suspect in the case back from overseas. This man, Craig Lang, is hiding out in Ukraine, a country that will not extradite without an assurance that Lang will not face the death penalty. And even though the U.S. government says he's a murderer, it's a different story in Ukraine, where some consider him a war hero. Wink News investigative reporter Lauren Sweeney found not only is he fighting extradition back to the U.S., he's seeking asylum.
He portrays himself as a war hero.
I did suffer some health issues from defense of this country.
In Ukraine, Craig Lang has a wife with a baby on the way. Lang's attorney says people hold him in high regard because he volunteered to fight against Russian separatists and even helped train Ukrainian fighters with skills he learned in the U.S. Army.
We do not see any grounds to be for Mr. Lang to be in prison.
But federal investigators in this country say Craig Lang is a cold-blooded killer. He's accused of gunning down an unsuspecting husband and wife in this Estero parking lot in 2018.
I heard a boom, and boom, boom, boom. You could tell it was a gunshot.
Lang and this man, Alex Zweifelhofer, have no connections to Florida or the couple they murdered. According to the FBI, they came here with one intention: rob and steal to earn enough money to fund their ability to fight foreign wars. That's how the two met. Back in 2016, Zweifelhofer went AWOL from the U.S. Army, but left a clear trail of his escapades all over Instagram. He went to France to join the French Foreign Legion, but soon ended up in Ukraine, where he met Lang. His posts seemed to glorify a complicated and deadly foreign conflict. Posting this video of the sounds of rapid gunfire in the Ukrainian town of Marinka and bragging that he was shooting at human targets in this photo. Then, in April 2018, the FBI says the two came to Florida and arranged to meet Danny and Deanna Lorenzo to sell them firearms.
Somebody had told us that there was 2 dead bodies over there.
But instead, the FBI says after they agreed to meet the Lorenzos in Estero, they shot 60 rounds into their vehicle and left with $3,000 cash. Zweifelhofer returned to Wisconsin, but Lang made his way back to the Ukraine by smudging out a travel restriction on his passport. And Ukraine is where Lang wants to stay, asking for asylum to be with his bride.
My family is here in Ukraine. My wife is here. Our soon-to-be son is also here.
So, Lauren, what's next for Lang?
Well, he'll remain in a Ukrainian jail until he's actually brought back here to the U.S. His attorney there in Ukraine actually argued to have him let out on house arrest, but wasn't successful, so he'll stay in jail there. As for when he'll come back here to the U.S., I just don't know, because the U.S. government won't comment on anything about his extradition or his asylum plea there in the Ukraine, so no say on how long before we see him here at the federal courthouse in Fort Myers. Amanda?